Hey gang, Mark Starling here from First News on 570, and it is the first morning back after about 17 days of vacation. So needless to say, when the alarm clock went off at 2:15 this morning, it was rude, to say the least. We've got a lot lined up for you this morning, though, so we didn't. Not going to pull any punches. We've got a ton of guests lined up for you. Some great stories as well. One of the interesting stories that I found yesterday as I was thumbing through some of the online sites was this situation in Long Island. I remember back, I guess, what was it, last year, when they had that massive issue with MS-13, and they had just these massive amounts of murders that were happening all over the place. Well, they did a crackdown on it. I guess this was back towards the middle of the summer or so. Well, they've just come out with the new crime stats. Really surprising information there. A 22.5% drop in crime since the crackdown on MS-13. So we'll look into that story a little bit, talk about some of the details of that. The president has just signed the Ashanti Alert Act into law to create an alert system for missing adults. Something that I kind of thought we already had. Now we've got the Silver Alert for missing elderly and folks who may be suffering from dementia and Alzheimer's and that type of thing. But also Bill Zimpfer with us this morning. 2019, the growing list of foreign policy problems that the administration has to solve. North Korea, Russia, to the Middle East, China, of course, in there as well. Over the holiday break, there was a 26-year-old writer for The Federalist, Bree Payton, and she passed away at 26 years old because of the H1N1 virus. Dr. Carly Brown is going to be with us for Wellness Wednesday from Asheville Medical Group, and we've got some of the latest stats on H1N1 to talk about, and also what you need to do to protect yourself. 26 years old, perfectly healthy, and a friend of hers found her collapse. The next thing you know, she was dead. So we're going to talk about that and the dangers of H1N1. Let's see, what else do we got here lined up for you this morning? Michael Bauer with us with our Washington Roundup. Members of Congress preparing for the new session. The government is still shut down. Well, at least like 30% of it is. So what's ahead for Congress and the president and those who have been furloughed? Plus, there's supposed to be a meeting happening today with the president and Democratic leaders over an immigration briefing. Obviously, the shutdown drags on. Professor Alan Sanders is going to be with us. He is a professor of political science at St. Peter's University. He's also was a former senior reporter for Time Magazine and a presidential historian. So we'll talk to him about the government shutdown dragging into 2019. And then ghosting at work. So this is something, ghosting is one of those things that you've heard about probably from relationships, when people just disappear out of relationships, or dating scenes, if they're dating somebody for a few weeks and then all of a sudden they're just poof, they're gone. Well, now it's become a thing in the workplace, and it's really big among millennials. So we're going to talk to a hiring and staffing expert, the CEO and founder of the placement firm Ducci and Associates. Jackie Ducci is going to be with us. How can ghosting a job interview or suddenly disappearing from work come back to haunt you? So we'll talk about that. All that's coming up at 6 a.m. We're starting at 6 a.m. And, of course, Ray Stagik going to be with us as well from the Weather Channel with a live update of what we can expect as we've got some more rain. Looks like it's going to be moving into the area tonight. And then again on Friday by the looks of things. So temperatures kind of mellow for today, but then it looks like we're going to see some changes throughout the rest of the week. High is going to be only in the 50s. But we'll cover all that for you this morning. And then don't forget, check out WWNC.com's local news section. You can find all the news you need to know right there for local, state, and of course, all things trending online. We'll see you at 6 a.m., gang.